When Fa says that the feelings fade, it's not that the feelings are fade. It's the high from what she feels for Charlotte fades. And then here comes the logic, and it starts to push. It starts to push the love to the side, not all out, but just to the side. But before that, I want to do this. I want y'all to listen to what Charlotte says right here, because I saw the way people were reacting to her interview that she did today, which was the for the record, I said this on Twitter, but people are so just the interview that she was warning people about was not the one that she talked about today. She did not say anything in the interview today that was unexpected or that was a new revelation, except for maybe the fact where she said, "Oh, well, I feel like where I fell for her too late." Okay, fine. I realized I had feelings for her too late. Okay, fine. That can be the new piece, right? But technically, you shouldn't have been surprised by that when Fa already said that when her and Charlotte are in each other's faces, they're good, but when they're not in each other's faces, they disconnect and they don't communicate, and there's like the feelings evaporate. The feelings don't evaporate. I get what she was saying, but let me explain it. Let me break it down for you. When Charlotte and Fa are together, it's the difference between feeling love and choosing love. I have said this over and over again. I tell you guys this all the time. Love is not a feeling, it is a choice, because love has to be available when you don't feel like loving that person. You get what I'm saying? Love has to forgive when you get hurt or betrayed. So love can't be feeling based, because if love is feeling based, in the moment you feel something other than love for that person, you would automatically fall out of love. That's not what love is. Love is a choice that you make. It is associated with the feelings of euphoria and understanding and affection and all the things that come along with it, but it is not a feeling. It is a choice. Now, with that being said, when Fa said that piece in her interview where she said, when we are in each other's faces, when we are in the same space, we're good, we have these feelings, and we move on impulse. That's what she said. That tells you how strong their pull is, how strong their connection is. When they're together, their shit is like, that's how their shit is. It's like, no matter how, when they're in the same space, no matter how hard they try to pull away from each other, they always end up right back here. But the moment that they leave that space, the feelings feel like they fade. The feelings don't fade. What happens is, and I've said this several times in the past, so you guys know I'm not just saying this to explain away what Fa said. Charlotte is a Sagittarius, Fa is an Aquarius. Again, I know you don't believe in signs, and that's fine. You don't have to. You're allowed to not believe. However, they are both very cerebral creatures. You can tell by the way things affect Charlotte so mentally, affect Charlotte heavily mentally, and the way Fa overthinks everything so all the time, right? Excuse me. They are both cerebral creatures. When they're with each other, their logic, their analytics, all of the cerebral side of them turns off, and all they go with is the feeling. They go with what they feel for each other. But when they separate, both of them being cerebral creatures, Fa being even more so of a logical creature and a cerebral creature, what ends up happening is they start to overanalyze the obstacles between them. So when you're in each other's faces, it's like, oh my God, yes, and then you go home, the feelings start, the euphoria, right? Or the high of that feeling starts to fade, because that's what it is. When Fa says that the feelings fade, it's not that the feelings are fade, it's the high from what she feels for Charlotte fades. And then here comes the logic, and it starts to push. It starts to push the love to the side, not all out, but just to the side. And it goes, but we have a contract till 2029. We work together, so if it doesn't work out, that's going to be awkward. What if I meet somebody? What if she meets somebody? What if she gets a job and she gets to find some chemistry with somebody else? What if that? So she starts to overanalyze, and she doesn't. And as she's overanalyzing, she's not reaching out to Charlotte. And like Charlotte says, she's not going to reach back, because they both got egos. It's like, well, if you don't talk to me, I'm not talking to you. If you don't approach me, I'm not approaching you. And they both got that ego thing. And so that's the cycle that we have seen. Now, I have seen people go through shit like that and still make it through that cycle. But where they are right now is 100% they are both in a building phase. Like I said about me right now, trying to date someone while you're in your building phase is going to come across selfish, because you're going to always put your building of your success before your building of the relationship. And if people don't understand that, then they should not engage in those relationships. And most people don't understand that, so they try to build a relationship while they're building their success, and one of the two has to be sacrificed, because unless you were already married to that person and they are literally your partner in success, then that person starts to feel like they have to compete with your career or your profession or your success. You see what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. If you're old enough to know, you know that happens in a lot of relationships, okay? Where people feel like they come second to the profession or the job or whatever. So especially if they're in the entertainment industry and they have to seize every opportunity as soon as it comes, they can't wait and build their relationship and hope that they'll keep their beauty and sustain their popularity and all that, and then take the advantage of those choices later. So they gotta work first. They gotta do the work first. It does not mean that they're not going to be able to come back around and find themselves, because their feelings for each other are obviously still strong. So it doesn't mean that those feelings just get the boot. They've been put in the back pocket right now. And right now they are both focusing on work and trying to heal from the hurt of the potential that they had, not seeing it come to fruition. But also understanding that as long as they can stay in each other's lives in any form or fashion, that's what they'll take. I say we respect them. We give them space to figure it out. Maybe if people stop putting pressure on them and being like, they together, they this, they that, or no, they shouldn't go together, or I hate Fa for Charlotte, I hate Charlotte for Fa. Charlotte's always trying to play the victim, and Fa is so indifferent and she doesn't care. She broke Charlotte's heart. You know she didn't. Why the fuck would Charlotte be sitting up here talking about P5, how much she loved her and everything like that, if Fa broke her heart? Sometimes when people say stuff, it's like, you sound stupid. How are you mad about something or hurt about something that Charlotte's not mad or hurt about? How are you hurt or mad about something that Fa's not hurt or mad about? You got to make it make sense for me. I think that this is a very important phase for them. I think that right now they are in the perfect place to build themselves. And if they both choose to remain single for the next couple of years, who knows what could happen? They both have said in 3 to 4 years. And y'all know how I felt about that. Y'all know what I showed y'all about that. Just because they're not connecting right now, or not connecting, but just because they are not in a physical relationship right now, it does not mean that they could not stop, that they are stopping working on it. Understand that working on yourself does work on every relationship. By default, it works on every relationship in your life. You get that, right? You understand how that works? That if you self-care and you self-edify and you self-elevate, by default, every relationship in your life improves from your side. Okay? And so if the both of them are taking the time to work on themselves, self-care themselves, deal with their own issues, take care of their health, Char's mental, Fa's physical, as long as they're doing that while building their brands bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, man, by the time they are ready to be together, by the time they are ready to really move forward as Englot, you know what I'm saying? Or not even Englot, because Englot's the brand, but as Ingfa and Charlotte, they're going to be unstoppable and they're going to be unbreakable. Nobody knows what Nadik and Yaya. Let me tell you something. If y'all think that Nadik and Yaya, the couple that Charlotte and Fa look up to and everybody in Thailand does, who were together for 9 years before they admitted that they were in a relationship, they were together for 8 years before they admitted to being in a relationship with each other, and people saw them playing shows together. They shipped them the whole time. They were a shipped couple too. And for 8 years, they hid their relationship. If you think that out of those 8 years that they were hiding their relationship, if you think that they did not have breakups and makeups and separated and came back together, you're 8 years? 8 years? Can't pour from an empty glass. My mom, Aaron, I love the way you said it. You know what my mom tells me all the time? She says a pint can't fill a gallon. That's what my mother tells me all the time. A pint cannot fill a gallon, because sometimes it's not even always empty. Sometimes it's just that that person doesn't have the capacity to have you in their life right now. You know what I'm saying? Charlotte and Fa could be in that space where, because they're building so much, they don't have the capacity to build a loving, nurturing relationship for each other. And in order to preserve what they have until they get to the time when they could, it's almost like they're trying to, you know what it's like? It's almost like they started to see their relationship bleed out from all of the trauma and the drama and the back and forth and the, unreconciled feelings, that they tourniqueted their relationship to stop the bleeding. Now, you cannot leave a tourniquet on for very long. If you leave a tourniquet on for very long, it's also cutting off the nerve and the circulation to the lower half of that extremity. Now you thinking, and what that leads to is if you keep that tourniquet on for too long, you got to cut that limb off. You get where I'm going? Right now, they have their relationship tourniqueted. Give them the time to stop the bleeding, solder the wound so that they can preserve the arm. They're trying to preserve the arm. Y'all want them to just let the shit bleed out and just see what happens. If they let it bleed out, not only do they lose the arm, but they lose their life. You see what I'm saying? Don't do that. Let them tourniquet their shit right now. Let them figure it out. Let them work it out. Let them continue to build. And while they're tending to the wounds that they have, whether together or separate, and while they're stopping the bleeding, they're also working on healing themselves and the whole arm, their relationship. Let it be what it is. All right, now real quick, let me go back to this. Like I said, the interview that Charlotte gave today was filmed back on, like, I think July 7th or something like, I think July 7th. When she was in the house with the girls. This is not the one she was warning us about. The one she was warning us about is the one that she recorded that day, which is why she warned us that day, and not back on the 7th. She warned us on the 11th about this one. In particular, she was not talking about the other one. She was talking about this one, and she said she gave a warning about what was in the live that has yet to come and doesn't have an air date yet, which is the Sister Kim Eats Around the Circle, Eats Around the Band joint. The one she did today was also with Sister Kim, but they are two separate interviews. The one she gave today, she was like, that's just a general one. So even the way Charlotte was talking about the interview that she did that was released today, she was talking about it like it's not even that big a deal. And I'm gonna let y'all see that. She was like, it's not a big deal. She said the one that had her scared and even kind of like biting her nails a little bit is the one that she did this day. Cause she said she let it all out. She aired it out. She came in and aired the building. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and press play and we going to listen to what Charlotte has to say.
อยากดูแล้วต้องติดตามเอาง่ายๆว่าดูรายการ
Basically, when you watch it, please open your mind and be calm and relaxed. Girl, you already know that's not what the fuck is going to happen. As soon as they hear this, it's going to chaos. Pure chaos. They're going to get all this.
ให้กว้างๆทำใจให้สบายทำใจให้สงบยอมรับในความเป็นจริงใดๆ
Accept whatever truth you hear. That's it. This is the one she's actually.
ไม่ติดตกอยู่แล้วค่ะเพราะว่า
She said I ain't gonna be depressed. She said it's my truth. It's my life.
จริงของเราคือชีวิตเราใครจะพูดอะไรก็แล้วแต่คนที่รู้ดีที่สุดคือเราเอาง่ายๆถ้ามาบอกว่าดราม่าและอย่าจิตตกเนี่ยอย่าเอาไปดราม่าทำไมชีวิต
You said if drama makes me depressed. She said it don't make drama because it's not your life. Facts. She was like, "What? How are you depressed by my drama, bro? People gotta chill. How are you depressed by their drama? Really?"
คนอื่นทุกคนมีชีวิตของตัวเองบ้าหรือเปล่าดราม่าเก่งดราม่าทุกอย่างต้องเป็นอย่างนั้นต้องเป็นอย่างนี้ ชีวิตใครกันแน่เอ่ย
Whose life is it? Right? She was like, "It's my life. Why y'all
รู้สึก
care?"
ว่าของแม่คิมจะหนึ่งสิงหา
Look. She said now. I think that the one that will be aired on August 1st is the one with the girls, which is the one that aired today. Okay, this is not the one she was warning y'all about. She was saying that one's gonna be in general. Watch.
กินอยู่ปากอยากอยู่กับคิมมาหนึ่งสิงหานะถ้าไม่แน่ใจเล่าเรื่องเดียวกันไหมสองรายการคนละ
She said it's two different interviews.
เรื่อง
and she said it's not the same topic. Now she said it's two different interviews and it is not the same topic. But then she says it's similar but different. Okay.
คนละเรื่องเจคิมกินรอบวงจะเป็นเรื่อง
And the J Kim Eat 'Em All, which is the one she did where she was singing and she was eating in the outfit that she has on right now. That's the one where she says that one is going to be more personal. It's going to be about my personal stuff. Okay. She says it's going to be more about my personal stuff. I'm pretty sure they're still going to bring P5 up. But again, this is going to be getting probably more into Charlotte's dating past and history. All speculation. We don't know. Because me and Anna were actually talking about this. And Anna brought up a good point. She said, whenever they do interviews, she said they almost always give us snippets beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Like we get a little clip here or something leaks. We even, but with this one in particular, aside from the little stuff that we saw on the day of, like the little TikToks and the boomerangs and all that stuff, we really have no idea what she is talking about But and one thing and then what I pointed out was that out of all of the interviews, and I'm saying this as somebody who's only been a part of this nation, the Englot fandom, for since February, so I may have missed it. I may not know. I've only been a fan of theirs since February. But from what I have seen, out of all of the interviews that they've recorded, pre-recorded, and everything from February moving forward, what I have seen is that I have never seen either one of them or anyone in their camp give a warning. Like, I mean, like, as soon as, literally, like, she rapped on set, got in the car on her way home, and was like, I gotta do this live real quick. It wasn't even long. She literally just like, I gotta warn them. So whatever she said, and she even said it at one point in this live, she said, she was like, while I was talking, in my mind, I thought that she was like, in my mind, I was like, oh my God, they're gonna make drama. This is gonna be da-da-da. She said, but it was like, oh, well, fuck it.
ส่วนตัวซะส่วนใหญ่แต่ว่าถ้าเป็นกินอยู่กับปากอย่างกับคิมเนี่ยจะเป็นเรื่อง
She said the one that y'all saw today will be more about general things and what people want to know, like
เรื่องทั่วไปที่คนเขาอยากรู้แบบความสัมพันธ์กับพี่ฟ้า
the relationship with P5 or how it became a beauty pageant, those sort of things. So she said that the interview today was about general shit, and it was going to be talking about her relationship with P5, which we saw that, and also like just how she became her beauty pageant journey.
หรือว่าเราเป็นนางงามมาได้ไงอะไรเงี้ยอย่าไปคิดมากรักที่เราเป็นเราอยากในเมื่อถามหาความจริง
just love me as who I am. Besides, she said you asked for the truth. Look. She said y'all asked for the truth. You wanted to know the truth. So when I say it, you gotta accept the truth and about how other people live their lives as well. You gotta accept the truth. So whatever she's gonna say is definitely about her past. When does this interview release? That's the thing. They don't have a date for that second one. The Sister Kim eats around or eats them all or eats around the circle, eats around about. I done heard that shit called several different things. But the second interview, the one where she talks about the personal stuff, that one does not have an air date, although I do believe it is supposed to air in August. It's supposed to air this month, but yeah. They should put on more subs on videos. And I do think they want to figure it out. Who should put on more subs on videos? Just so you know, ZUBZONE translates everything, and they do it very well. And they do it objectively and unbiasedly. They're not shippers. So ZUBZONE is the one I trust implicitly. I can't speak for everybody else but them. She said, I'm not mad at anybody. I just said what I said. She's mad. I'm not mad at nobody. I just said what the fuck I said.
No, ไม่ได้ driving นะมีพี่เอก driving พี่เอก
Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be more so about Charlotte's dating past and about who y'all thought, or like the rumors and the spinning accounts and the troll accounts, who they think she's with or who she might have dated or anything like that. I agree, Nikita. That's how I feel too. I feel like she's like, I'm saying all this as a precaution. Yep. Look, this part right here. She said, now this should let you know. Whatever she said in that interview, that's the reason why she felt like she needed to give a precaution. She said, I'm a little bit scared, but I got to keep my chin up. Shoo, God.
Oi, คิดถึงวิลเลียมเหมือนกัน I miss you so much วิลเลียมคือเพื่อนผู้ชายเป็นบอดี้การ์ดของเราตอนมัธยม
She said, yeah, he used to be my bodyguard in high school. That's a shame. It's a shame she has to feel like she has to explain everything like that, though.
Come out of Kim, Jennifer Kim, you guys.
Oh, and for the record, she did say all her shit in English. She said it in English just so the inner fans could understand.
To open your heart and don't make any drama because it's my real life. And you guys have to kind of เราจริงใจไงจริงใจกับแฟนคลับเพราะฉะนั้นอยากรู้อะไรก็จะบอก
She said, I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all want to know.
ตรงๆไปเลยใช่
Straight to the point.
แต่สิ่งที่เล่าไปในรายการมัน
There she goes. What I said in the show is from the past. It's in the past.
มีร้องเพลงด้วยกับ
Girl, nobody care about you singing with this woman. See, they just talking about singing. That's why I was like, the whole live isn't relevant.
ไอเลียมคิดอุยคิดถึงจ้าอยากไปแต่งหน้าเคกับ อิงหลอดมาสิมีอีเวนต์คู่ด้วยนะเร็วๆนี้ฝากติดตามกันด้วยนะคะมาเจอ
We'll
กั
have
น
an
ได้
Englot event soon, so
มา
you
หา
guys
กัน
can
ได้
come
ส
see
บาย
us.
ดีสำหรับปลาววันนี้เปิดร้านไหมไม่ค่ะไม่เปิดค่ะพรุ่งนี้เปิดร้านไหมพรุ่งนี้เหรอพรุ่งนี้ว่างคิดว่าอาจจะเดี๋ยวดูก่อนเดี๋ยวบอกอีกทีหนึงในทวิตเตอร์นะต้องรับให้ได้ว่าเราไม่
She
ใช่
ain't really talking about nothing, y'all. She said you'll have to be able to accept. You see what she said?
ในทวิตเตอร์นะ
As I'll say, she ain't saying nothing. She said you have to be able to accept that I am not a liar. She's letting y'all know, bro. She's not lying about this. This is not scripted. She's not acting. Whatever she said in this interview, she's keeping it a buck. She's gonna stand by it. She better stand 10 toes down.
แล้วเราไม่ใช่คนตอแหลไม่ใช่คนโกหกเพราะฉะนั้นทำใจให้แข็งเข้าไว้คิดถึงจ้ะเหนื่อยไหมวันนี้ไม่เหนื่อยออกจะสนุก
Y'all said the hype joint got subs. All right, bet I'm gonna react to that. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna react to the girlfriend project and then the hype joint, and then we can call
แล้ว
it.
ก็นั่งกินนั่งชิลนั่งคุยกับแม่คิมเมื่อกี้กับพี่ๆเขาอะไรเงี้ยด้วยความรู้เยอะแยะในมุม
She's just talking about, she got some new knowledge about the entertainment industry. She said, I got to understand the phrase, it's the entertainment industry, you know? Yeah, I bet you she did.
วงการบันเทิงอ่ะเนาะไหม
She probably, you know what it is? It was probably something along the lines of, too, that she's realizing how fake people can be in the industry. Y'all got to remember how old Charlotte is. I know she's 24 years old, but she turned 24 in December. Like, she's about 6 months into being 24. Like, she's still, for all intents and purposes, she's still a baby in a lot of ways. She went straight from her dad's house or from uni to the pageant, and then straight from the pageant to Englot. You know, so it's just, you guys gotta cut her some slack, man.
ทานข้าวเยอะมากในรายการเขาเอามาให้แล้วมันต้องกินอ่ะเข้าใจปะมันต้องกิน
Alright, she's talking
ต้
about
น
food
ใหม่
and
ไม่
shit.
ได้เจอใครเลย
No, I didn't get to see anybody that she's saying she didn't see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, y'all. She just gonna, like, the rest of, she's just, I think the only thing she says that y'all can hear, she says this, she said, gotta go, I'm out. Hold on, she said, right before this, I want y'all to see this.
ว่าจะ
Let
เปิ
me
ด
see.
อ้ายเบรกใกล้มาก กลัว
She talking about the driver can't drive. I
คิด
get it.
ถึงแฟนไหมไม่มีแฟนนะสิทำไงอ่ะ
She was like, I don't have a girlfriend. What should I do?
ไปถึงคอนโดแล้วทุกคนบ๊ายบายเจอกันฝันดีนะจ๊ะเดี๋ยวจะไป
That's what I was waiting on. So, the night before she woke up and deleted everybody on Twitter, this is what she said. She said, I'm going to go be mischievous on Twitter in a bit, okay? And when she went on Twitter, she was liking all kinds of heartbreak type tweets, and you're better off single, and it's okay, you'll move on, blah, 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 blah. And then, like I said, the next day, that's when she woke up and she went delete happy, okay? So, Shar and Fa are always gonna tell their fans the truth. Exactly. Even if we don't like what we hear, even if what you hear is gonna shatter your expectations, one thing about them is they're gonna keep it a buck.
People are crazy. People are crazy. People are crazy.